Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a woman on board, the woman must be looking for a man. In the same way, when we have a man on board, the man is looking for a woman. Today we are having a woman all the way from the United Kingdom. She's from England, and I will be explaining to you the kind of man she is looking for. And she's a friend of the show. Her name is Anne, and she comes from Kiambu County, but she's a resident of the United Kingdom. So for more than 20 years. So again, I want you to pay keen attention, because at the end of the day, you want to ask your questions like you want to ask yourself questions like why somebody is single, the kind of partner they are looking for, the ages they prefer, their own ages, so that even when you approach them, you will be approaching them from a point of understanding. You will be approaching them from a point of knowledge, from a standpoint of understanding. You will not be asking that person, what is your name, what is your age, because you have already listened to the video. Our guest on today's show is Anne. Anne is 50 years old. She recently hit 50, and she has been in the UK for more than 20 years. She is a mother of two young adults, and she is single and searching. Most people think that when you are divorced, it's just because you say leave, I leave, and then we'll never meet. No, her divorce is actually official. And you know what we mean by an official divorce? An official divorce means that there are documents backing up that information. There are documents owing to the fact that those people are no longer together. They were separated by law, and the both of them are free to move on with their respective lives. They can marry whoever they want at whatever time without questioning, because that marriage was ended. Now, Anne is able to come to Kenya once in a while, and in fact, she is traveling to the country shortly. She will soon be in the country, and that means if there is any man out there who probably is in Kenya, because I believe that for most people, the end goal is, even when you make a lot of money out there, even when you go work, you still invest in Kenya. Most of the people that I have met in the diaspora have started one form of investment or another. And to her, she says that she will, at the end of the day, settle in Kenya. So, because it is the end game of most people. What people do out there in the diaspora is to hunt. When you hunt, you don't eat everything in the forest, in the jungle. You bring some home, and in most cases, people in the diaspora bring most of the investments back in the country. She's looking for a man who is between the ages of 55 and 60. 55 and 60. Most women, I have realized from this show, most women prefer men who are older than them, and maybe it narrows down to things like maturity, experience, and whatnot. Also, women are looking for men who can be father figures to their children, because it reaches a point, even a man who is 55 and 60 does not want to add more children. Okay, that man is not interested in getting children who are very young, not interested in getting children who will be starting to breastfeed. You have to give them intensive care in terms of, all those things. So most people, even Anne, I believe she wouldn't want to get a baby at 50. There are women who can get babies even at 50, 45, all the way, but they choose not to, because again, who will be getting those babies? Is it them or their children? But this is an exception for people who don't have children. People who don't have children of their own wouldn't mind getting children at whatever age, even if it is the age of the biblical Sarah. So that is Anne. And she's looking for a marriage partner, not a joker. Okay? It is a relationship that will lead to marriage. You see, it is good to start a relationship that will lead to marriage. Such relationships are very, very, very good. Preferably somebody from the gamer community. I started by saying that Anne comes from Kiambu County, so she is a daughter of the mountain, and she would preferably want somebody who comes from the gamer community. And alcoholics will not be tolerated. So if somebody is watching this and they are alcoholics, It is not that people hate alcoholics. It is because of some of the experiences they've had in the past, some of the traumas and the phobias. Sometimes you don't even have to have experienced that thing firsthand. You watch from the mistakes of others and you learn from them. So if somebody out there is an alcoholic, this is a deal breaker, because Anne is looking for somebody who is clean, somebody who is not abusing drugs, because even alcohol is a drug. Also, she would prefer somebody who is financially independent. She wouldn't want to use the word financially stable, because stability is different from independence. You see, when you say you are stable, that means you can withstand any form of financial wave. You can withstand holocausts and meltdowns. And sometimes economic depressions can really humble you when you had said you are stable. But when you say you are financially independent, it's another thing altogether, because you can take care of yourself, you can take care of bills, you can be able to live a comfortable life. You don't have to live an extravagant life for you to be financially independent. To be financially independent means you can still be living a comfortable life, no matter how simple the life is, and you wouldn't even have to skip a heartbeat just because you provided for somebody else in terms of a wife. So that is a real definition of financially independent. This man should have kids, and even if he doesn't have children, that is not a problem. So, with or without children, the man can feel free to contact her. That man should be standing on his feet. You know what that means? If you are a man and a contemporary African man, you want to be the head of the family. And in African societies, you cannot be a ceremonial head. It is head backed up by action. Okay? You lead the way, then people follow. You trail the blaze, you find the path, and people can pass through those paths because you are responsible. So, in other words, she's looking for somebody who is responsible, somebody who is standing by his feet or on his feet, and then the rest will be history. So we are wishing her well. We hope she gets a good match. She's a good friend of the show, and yeah, as young as she looks, she's 50. And somebody could be asking, "Oh, huyu akamefika 50 kweli?" Yeah, there are people who really take good care of themselves, and she's one of them. We are wishing her well, and we hope she gets a good match. And I've said here that she is divorced, so you don't have a problem, or you don't have to worry that maybe she can go back to the ex. Because when a marriage has been ended in acrimony, when the marriage has been ended before the very eyes of the law, that marriage is dead completely. So if you're there single and searching, with or without children, 55 years to 60, and again, I usually tell people, sometimes you might not tick most of these boxes, but if you feel like you can tick some of the boxes, and by the way, she's not discriminating against men who are even in the diaspora. You could be in Kenya, you could be in the diaspora, you could be in the UK, in the US. It's not a problem, because you see, at the end of the day, it is Anne who is going to choose. Are we together? It is Anne who is going to choose. So feel free to contact her. After this, I'm posting her number on my Facebook page at Jenga Njeo, and the number starts with +4474 in Aisha na 05. And as many as of those who are interested will be able to get in touch. Also, we said we will be posting contacts on the YouTube community. If you look at this YouTube channel, Jenga Njeru, you will see those pages. You will see the home page, you will see the videos page, you will see the community page, the stories page, or the reels page before you go to the about section or the membership section. On the community tab, it's safer. We will also be putting contacts there. Okay, and we will be putting contacts there. They can't expire like on Facebook stories, so you can check them once in a while, especially after we have posted a guest and that guest has not confirmed whether or not they got matches. At the same time, you could also be interested in getting posted, and if you want to be posted, you can also reach out to us through the numbers you are seeing on your screen, the +254 712997660. Those numbers you can see on the screen there. You can reach out to my desk, and they will panga you. And you see, the show is growing. You can be put up or put across to choose from the very, very many singles. We have an overwhelming majority of singles following us on our platforms, even on Facebook and here on YouTube. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.